Celtic Dragons are one of only 3 undefeated sides in the Global Rugby Challenge as we head into the final stages of round number 4. Today they take on the Exeter Chiefs as they look to extend their stay at the top and finally break into that top 4. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Trivia, home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the subscriber series, their Global Rugby Challenge, where you guys take the field against the world's elite. Today, the Exeter Chiefs are at home up against the Celtic Dragons, and the Exeter Chiefs are a side in a similar spot currently to what their opponents are also in. Sitting down in 7th position, definitely within a good performance of breaking their way into that top level of sides in the Global Rugby Challenge this season. Recent results haven't gone so well for the side though. After a good win to kick their season off against the Scarlets, it's been all downhill since then. A tight loss to Montpellier, who are the front runners of the competition in top spot, and then it was a dealing down to by the Guardians of the Crypt. 17-0 they went down in round 3 to the other subscriber side, but 17 points only. If they can fix their attack, they could be one that would be tough to deal with. In that matchup, we've seen some great performances, especially from the standout guys that you know will give you that good effort. Guys like Hepburn, Calvin Dickey, Hill in the second row was exceptional, as in the back row with Armand and Waldrum really putting themselves forward with good performances. The backline saw a lot of impressive displays as well. Into the backline, it was Sam Hill that was really a standout. Alongside him in midfield, Mikel Campagnaro was exceptional. Jack Knowles always going to be a dangerous player that you've got to keep an eye on. And at the back, Lockie Turner, definitely one of the experience that could show the way forward for the Chiefs. Up against them will be the Celtic Dragons, the drawing Dragons that they've otherwise been known this season. 3 games, 2 draws, and finally they got the win last round against the Saracens, and it was emphatic as well. 42 points to 0. The Saracens were well and truly put to the sword. The 2 weeks leading up to that, it was draws versus the Flakers and the All Flakes. 14 all against the All Flakes and 24 all against the Flakers in round number 2. They'll be hoping to put those behind them, as they are still one of only 3 undefeated teams we spoke of at the start, alongside Montpellier and of course the Cornflakers. A big result here today will be key for them as they sit in 6th position, but definitely at least a win will put them up in contention for a 4th position. The starting team today will be as follows, kicking off in the front row with Jeff Peter Mukoko alongside Daniel Jenkins and Al Mokwa at the tight head propping position. Into the second row, it's Ben Conway will be alongside Adam Middip-Jones, moving from the back row to the second. Fernando Javier Calvin will line up at the blind side with Frederick Lowe captaining from the open side, and at number 8 is the big man Craig Anderson lining up at the back of the pack. Into the back line, Shane Campbell gets the nod at 9 with Adam Conway alongside him at fly half. Into the midfield, Eamon Shannon will be alongside Oscar Connolly in a dangerous looking pairing. On the wings, it'll be Junior Mocker on the left side and Bogdanola remaining on the right, with a newcomer to this week's side, Antonio Ricky, lining up at fullback for the Celtic Dragons. Where I will set to guard will be the Exeter Chiefs, lining up and playing, you see there, on the black predominant kits, where it is the away strip for the Dragons here, and the white and green is quickly underway. We go! Kick off for the round 4 clash with the Celtic Dragons. The Exeter Chiefs is underway and quickly into action as well, as the Chiefs look for a ferocious start. And they get a little bit of field territory as well, which will no doubt help them. They are just outside the 22. It's a pick and go from Nick White. Has them wrapped up, and a penalty as well. Good work there from the Dragons, under early pressure, and they replied quickly. And the ball is given to the little man. It's Adam Conway in the number 10 jumper today here for the Celtic Dragons, and he thumps this one a long way back, and it's his big centre teammates, Oscar Connolly, who gives him the thumbs up on that kick. Down towards the 22. It's a big changeover of positioning, and it's a chance for the Dragons. Jenkins to the front, and it's Ben Conway who goes to Adam Conway at fly half, and he drives straight to the tackle of the Exeter Chiefs defence. Here's Jenkins firing it wide. Oscar Connolly, we just spoke of him, And he couldn't get through the one tackle in his way. It's a pick and go again. Another chance for Eamon Shannon. Room out wide. Oh, it's a terrible pass. And it's picked up by Nick White for the Exeter Chiefs. And the try goes begging for the Dragons. Kicked away from the Chiefs and finds its way down to Antonio Ricky, who runs it straight back and straight into contact as well. And straight to trouble. Turnover ball. Back to the Exeter Chiefs as they turn it back into Waldrum. Good work from Woodburn out wide, keeping it alive. They're hard to put away at the moment. But again, slow ball and slow breakdown pressure. And it's back now to the Dragons. Out to Junior Mokwa, looking to fend his way through.
Release.
But a good tackle coming in from Jack Knowles, slows him down. Out to Anderson, and a big number 8 goes straight through. Craig Anderson, great chance. Taken down, a good tackle. Lucky Turner on toe. But this time it is the Dragons, too slow. And the Exeter Chiefs pull it back. They turn around the corner, looking to go out wide through Noel, back to Waldrum. And Waldrum takes the hit. In their own 22, it's a dangerous game to be playing at the moment from the Chiefs. They look out wide for cutting it back. And Campagnaro takes the tackle. Dragons with a chance there, but they don't turn it into possession. Waldrum once more. Waldrum isolated, but somehow the Exeter Chiefs hang on. A pick and go. Oh, that's been a forced error, and that is exactly what we talked about. Dangerous game to play, and Alec Hepburn has shown a forward pass straight in the tackle. Driven backwards too from Craig Anderson.
Fine.
The pressure on, and the pressure told.
Set.
Scrum feed for the Dragons. Shane Campbell feeds it. They are just 10 metres out. It's a steady scrum, if not a little bit wobbly, and Anderson will run it out. Craig Anderson going alone! Anderson off the back, and Anderson scores! Dragons are in, 5-0. Strong play from Craig Anderson. He's been doing it today already, numerous times. This one was too easy for the big man. Straight off the back, straight through 3 defenders, and thank you for coming. Ollie Woodburn, you've got no chance. Great work there off the back of the scrum. So much threat left and right. And you see Campbell was waiting to go left. Anderson said, no chance, this is mine. And he took it all the way to the line as well. Great first try for Craig Anderson. His first in a Celtic Dragons shirt. And the first of the night for the visiting side. Kicking duties under a little bit of a change for the Dragons as well, with Adam Conway in the number 10 jumper not taking the responsibilities. It will be instead be Junior Mokwa, who has the easy shot from just to the right, and he slots it over without any worry in the world. It is the Dragons 7, the Chiefs 0. And this has been an interesting opening 25 minutes of this clash. Both sides have had plenty of chances, you can't argue that, but it is the Dragons who are 5 metres scrum that lead. The game is Loeb. Takes a great take off the kickoff. And it sits up now for Ola, who fires it away to Midip Jones, who's not really one to do the kicking, but he takes on the responsibilities anyway and kicks it into the 22. And Turner, oh, great run from Turner. Excellent pass to Noel. And the Dragons just survive by a whisker. That is a dangerous, dangerous man to leave open with space. Jack Noel is almost gone, and when he's gone, he is well and truly gone. Jenkins throws to the middle, and Midip Jones pulls it down. Conway, oh, massive hole for Conway. Puts a little grubber. They can't pick it up, and Turner gets it back for the Chiefs. It's there for the pick, and it's a good one too from Hill. Now they look to the left-hand side, and it's Alex Cuthbert, the most bizarre second row choice we've seen in the competition. Here's Turner having another go. Lockie Turner, the former Wallaby, trying to force his way out of the 22. This is dangerous yet again from the Chiefs, and this is where they lost it last time, and it cost them a try. They can't afford to let that happen again. Waldrum, nice little ball around the corner. Now they break away. Out wide to Woodburn. Fires it back inside. Excellent ball. Chance for Nick White. He is all alone. Looking for numbers out wide. Getting it away to Sam Hill. And up to halfway go the Chiefs. A pick and go there from Cowan Dickey out wide to Jack Noel. One to beat Noel. But they come across and they wrap him up. Oh, they wrap him up well. All alone was Jack Noel. What a play from the Chiefs. They rake off meters like they are nothing. And put themselves in a really good position for finally being isolated. Adam Conway punches that one long for a dying moment's chance for some more points for the Celtic Dragons. To the back goes Jenkins and is pulled in from low. Campbell fires it wide to Oscar Conley. Creates an overlap here. Eamon Shannon, number 2 is right. Can't find them properly. And Bogdanola has to secure the ball in a messy way. Good run away here is Ben Conway. The big second rower. Oh, he's tumbled into touch. It was almost too good to be true for Ben Conway, who's seen all this space and one little black jersey in front of him, but it was too much for the tall timber of the second row, and he goes to the touch to end the first half. Celtic Dragons 7, Exeter Chiefs 0. Similar story to what we've seen last week with the Guardians of the Crib only managing to go 17-0 over the Exeter Chiefs. The Dragons, I'll be dreaming of a bonus point, but it's not come their way just yet in the first half. They have just edged possession and territory, not by too much, but look at that tackle count. The Chiefs really have done little defending, just 12 tackles to 33 by the Dragons. Line breaks have had their fair share as well. Dragons 4, Exeter Chiefs 2, so both sides guilty of not putting the chances away. 7-0 though, not a big score and not a hard one to pull back either for the Chiefs. Second half will be very interesting, so let's get straight down to it. It is a slender lead. Dragons lead though, 7-0. A lead is a lead regardless of how big or small it may be. And Adam Conway will get the game back underway when he's good and ready. He's sure taking his time about it. Now he has to go ahead, and referee blows, and long goes Conway. Mukoko putting in a big chase here. Oh, and a big tackle as well. Nice. And straight away, pressure now goes on the Chiefs. They've run it this far out before, and they're trying to do it again. Hill pops it back, keeping it alive nicely. Here is a good run from Lees, and it's out wide they go. Woodburn, they kick over the top. It looks like it's going to be far too heavy. Bouncing end on end as a chase across from left winger Junior Mokwa is too good to cover. And the kick from Woodburn goes far too far. And it'll be called back for a scrum. Dragons have to feed. Set. Shane Campbell will put it. Another chance for them to rumble off the back if they so desire. Here is Anderson, and Anderson does so! Great run there from Craig Anderson, but boy, he was put down pretty heavily as well. Campbell, low, big pass wide, Connolly, numbers out here for Junior Mokwa. Here he goes, one to beat Mokwa. Looks to beat him, great tackle! Oh, superb! Lockie Turner, that is outstanding. Age is one thing, experience is another, but to have the class to still pull off a world-class tackle like that at this level, at this time, is no easy feat. They've turned over the line out though, and Shannon's got the ball all way in a high tackle. Oh, that is terrible. And it looks like the hero of the day is about to be the villain. Seconds after one heroic play, he has gone to the bin for 10. Lockie Turner, see you later.
Crouch.
Well, the Dragons have opted for a scrum. They have dominated this facet of the game. And, of course, with no fullback in place, they're going to look to drag everyone in towards the scrum, force them to defend tight, and use the width. Oh, the Chiefs! Oh, the Chiefs steal it, though! What a hit late on! And the Exeter Chiefs throw pie directly in the face of the Celtic Dragons forward pack. Unbelievable. Who saw that coming? Woodburn smashes it away. And it's easy to say now, but maybe they should have taken the 3. Jenkins to throw. Still plenty of time left in this one. Campbell goes to Conway, who's looking for a way through. Draws defenders in. The way to Shannon. Great ball to Mokwa. It's a foot race now. Junior Mokwa up against Nick Wise. And thank you for coming. Another try of the Dragons. That is a reply to a very stout defensive effort from the Exeter Chiefs. Junior Mockwa scores on the left, and it was all the creativity here of Adam Conway. Great offload there as well, marginally forward maybe, but it was only left to Nick White, who couldn't stand up to the speed of Junior Mockwa. What's this here from Conway? 1, 2, 3 defenders drawn in, then it was pulled to Campagnaro, who had to make a tackle. Great offload in midfield from Shannon. And you've got to watch that pretty blue boot there of Mockwa. He scored the try. There's the boots. It was close to the touchline, but he's got away with it. Referee and assistant referee are happy with where he's planted that foot. So the try will stand 12-0, man in the bin for the Chiefs. And Mockwa's conversion is outstanding. That is a very good kick. And after the scrum pack down, the backs have had to do the responding. Jack Noel, well, he should be celebrating himself. He's been outstanding today, has Noel, but he just has not been able to put anything over the wide line. Deep kick again. Ola to Loeb. Frederick Loeb. He's all alone though. This has got to be a turnover to the Chiefs, surely. Yes, it's slow coming, but it will go to them. A lot of players in that ruck. And now they free it out wide. Hill does very well. Finding it out to Noel, who smashed. Big tackle there. But Mockwa can't get up to try and turn over quick enough. Here's Hill. Wardrum does well. Stepping. Beautiful work. Offloading even better.
Release.
Dangerous for the Dragons, as here come the Chiefs yet again. A dummy thrown from Hill, but a good tackle from Loeb, and Frederick Loeb turns it over, and Conway is going to send them back packing. A deep kick. Bogdanolla's flying. This is dangerous now for the Chiefs, but it beats them all into touch. A great little kick, but you've just got to watch out for Bogdanolla. He is express. Turner's back from the bin. He's cost his side 7 points ultimately. But can they turn that deficit around? They've got 12 minutes to do it. Oh, that was not straight at all. They've got away with it. And it's a good little play out from the line out. And straight into it is Joe Simmons. Waldron goes again. One to beat out wide here for Lees, but it's a good tackle from his opposite number, Calvin, who puts him to ground. White. Oh, great pass out wide from White. Now they're in trouble as Campagnaro draws his way through the defenders, but up to the 22 he goes. A chance for a turnover. The Dragons can't manage to do it. Here's a run from Armand, and he goes nowhere, just sideways for being taken down. Here's Greg Holmes, another former Wallaby. And the Exeter Chiefs side is a run from Campagnaro once more. Now they got work to do. How quick is this man in the second row? Who knows who it is? It's Alex Cuthbert. That's why he's quick. Simmons. Oh, big tackle there on Calvin Dickey. And the Dragons trying to wind this one down. 4 minutes to go only. And a good tackle there on Hepburn. And backwards go the Exeter Chiefs. Simmons does well. Offloading is becoming very dangerous. It's Campagnaro. Beautiful ball away. Here's Holmes. Holmes seeks a pass. He couldn't pass, and it may be lost. No. Oh, they hang on just only through the midfield. And this is again very good. Campagnaro gets it away to Armand. Armand takes on 3 defenders. He can't get away with it though. Oh, very slow to get up is Connolly. They go wide, and it's Jack Noel. Noel will score. Oh, finally, he deserves it, but too little, too late for the Exeter Chiefs. 14-5. They get a bonus point with this conversion, and that'll be, well, at least the minimum of what they deserve. Connolly very slow to get up from that tackle. And then quick ball out to Noel. Calvin gave chase. He was never going to catch him. And the only one covering the fullback was the fly half, Adam Conway. You see there, it looked like Shannon wanted to really get in over that ball, but he couldn't get himself in a good spot. And he got blown off it far too quick. And that gave the quick ball. And that man has been super dangerous all season long. And Alex Cuthbert's taking the shot at goal. Well, nothing fails to surprise me anymore. We've had Noel with the play kicking, and here is Alex Cuthbert for a bonus point! Oh yes! That is sensational! He showed a good turn of pace, and I didn't realise at the time who it was, but Cuthbert has been a good touch, but the Dragons showed just enough to get away with the victory. 14 points to 7, less than convincing, and for the second week running now, the Exeter Chiefs have shown that they are not to be taken lightly. They pushed the Guardians, although they failed to score any points today. They have finally got on the scoreboard right after full time, but that doesn't matter. They're showing plenty that they have the capabilities to put points on the board. They've failed to do so how many times did Jack Noel almost score? I'll probably counted 3 at least, where he should have scored, of course counting the one he did score, but one very early on that he almost scooted away, just got ankle tapped, and then the cover defence wiped him out. He's been excellent tonight, has Noel, and he deserves that 5 points. He deserves more than that. And the Exeter Chiefs side, you could argue, possibly have been the better of the two teams. 14-7, a tight one, a close one. Noel with the try, Cuthbert the conversion. As for the Dragons, well, it was big number 8, Craig Anderson, who scored early off the scrum, and that's where they win again later on, the Dragons, but they didn't actually win the scrum put in, and that really was a turning point of the game. Junior Mockwa scored very quickly after that point, though. Good counter-attack from a kick, and his fleet-footedness and his pace put him in the corner amidst the tackle of one Nick White. Mockwa was also on the kicking duties, and he put over 2 out of 2 from the tee for a 14-7 victory. Bonus point, though, for the Exeter Chiefs will be more than pleasing for the home team, although they would have loved to pick up the W. The Dragons steam on, though. They've got 2 wins down, 2 draws, still undefeated, but this will not give them much confidence. If anything, it'll give their future opponents a little bit of confidence that teams can compete at this level with these sides. The possession and territory pretty much flipped on its head from when we looked at it at half-time. It was the Dragons that just had a nudge in front, a whisker in front. At full-time, it is the Chiefs that flip it on its head and take it to their side in the second half. The yellow card, well, how costly was that? Lockie Turner sent for 10 after doing the heroics of saving a conceded try. He turned it around and made a terrible high tackle error. And the yellow card, well, that's where that second 7 points had come from. That has really cost him at the end of the day. Tackle count massive. Look at that. 20 by the Exeter Chiefs, but 70 by the Dragons. Boy, oh boy, they had to work for it. A lot of offloads from the Chiefs, and they looked very, very hard to stop. And 14-7 really doesn't reflect this game. It does for the Dragons, though. A win is all they care about, and they'll take those 4 points to the total. Where they sit now will be interesting. It's very congested, so let's take a look. Okay, so having a look at the table here now, we can see that the undefeated sides, Montpellier and the Flakers, sit atop the table on 18 and 16 points. Although the Flakers have drawn, it is still Montpellier with the best record in the league. The Dragons have jumped up to 4th, but not quite enough of the points differential to jump ahead of the All Flakes, who have a 2-win, 1-draw, 1-loss record. It is bonus points that are keeping them well and truly in the race, picking up 3 to just 1 by the Dragons. Speaking of bonus points, look at the Guardians at the bottom there. They have none from their 2 wins, 1 loss, and 8 points only for those boys. Bonus points are going to be a big, big thing for these sides. Look at the Exeter Chiefs for that matter. They picked another one up against the Dragons. They have 3, and that makes up almost half their points for only 1 win. They've almost got another win's worth of bonus points that really props them up nicely, and they stay where they started in 8th position. The Dragons, well, they've just overtaken the Crusaders, who were up until this round, round 4, undefeated as well. Just a 1 loss for them, 3 wins. But again, lack of bonus points is costing those guys as they sit down on 13 alongside the All Flakes and alongside the Dragons. Leinster are jammed right in the middle. They're on 14 and they could go either way from here. But again, they look like a tough test. We've got 3 really good AI sides here, folks. Montpellier, Leinster and the Crusaders are going to be ones to watch in the remainder of the season. I think we play them all in that last little chunk of the season as well. So hold on to your hats for those ones. We do have a new team for the first time in action for the next episode, which will be Carstrays up against the Guardians of the Crib. Now, Carstrays aren't going fantastically. You see them there in 9th 1 win and 2 losses from their 3 games, 1 bonus point as well. But look at their points differential, -10 for a side that's lost 2 games. That tells you that they don't lose by too many. You look at their recent results as well, but it gives you some indication. 29-22 versus Montpellier. Well, that doesn't tell you these guys could be contenders. I don't know what else will. The Guardians, probably the worst looking of the 4 subscriber sides so far. They have a points to prove here against Carstraits to keep their season well and truly in the mix. That will be coming up, I expect, on our Sunday premiere video. So if you're wanting to look around for that one, do check that out at 8 PM New Zealand time on Sunday night, or whatever day it will be where you are tuning in from. But generally, it's a nice Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening fixture to get your teeth into. So Guardians Carstraits should be a nice interesting one to look at for that little episode. Following that, we move into round 5. We've got the Flakers versus Saracens on form. Saracens should get smashed. We then have another interesting one, Montpellier versus Leinster. That is one worth watching as well. We'll see how that result goes. All Flakes versus Exeter, another interesting one because Exeter have looked all right. Can the All Flakes dispel this little bit of form that they've put together? Guardians versus Crusaders. That has to be our next Sunday because that is going to be a cracker. Guardians maybe getting 2 Sunday premieres in a row, but that is one worth looking out for. And the Celtic Dragons versus Carstraits. Maybe that will be. Who knows how our week will go. But one of those last 2 I can guarantee will be next week's premiere Sunday video. Both those 2 matches, depending how this next one goes with the Guardians, will be very interesting to watch. But that is where we sit right now, and we look forward to our next match on the road, the Guardians of the Crib versus Carstraits. Thank you everyone for tuning and watching. Hope you've enjoying the series so far. Let me know your thoughts, as always, on who your standout performers have been throughout the competition so far. And until next time, I'll see you for our next match, Guardians of the Crib versus Carstraits. Until then, thanks for tuning in and watching, and as always, take care.